come and join me, because today I'm going to be talking to you all about 10 things that I could not live without. Okay, now disclaimer before I start, I'm not talking about the absolute essentials of life, you know. I'm not going to be talking about food, clothing, shelter. I'm not going to be talking about, you know, my family, my loved ones, nothing like that. We're talking today about things, about those things, those items that just really help to improve my life in some way. So they will either make my life more enjoyable or more comfortable or just easier in some way, shape or form. Okay, so we're talking about things like that just to set the scene there. I've got 10 of them and I'm just going to talk you through them in no particular order, and just tell you what exactly it is that they do for me and why I mean, let's face it, I could live without these things, but I would really rather not. Okay, and I will tell you why. Now, the first thing that I'm going to talk to you about is bag organisers. I absolutely love a bag organiser, and I've got to the point now where I really struggle to organise my handbags without one. I like to use tote bags, especially in the summer. I just love a big tote bag, you know, where you throw everything in. You got your water bottle, your sun cream, you know, maybe a book, and I just love a big tote bag. And the ones that I have been using these, you know, the Longchamp le Pliage bags. I've actually got a couple. I've got one of these in the medium size and I've got this big red one in the large size. Okay, you can see that the red one is bigger than the black one, can't you? So we've got a medium and a large. Anyway, that's not the thing that I'm showing you. The thing that I'm showing you is what's inside. Because I don't know if you're familiar with these bags. Let me just stand up now to show you. But they're just one big, large, empty sack inside there, okay? And all your bits and bobs get lost and you're rummaging around. You know, if you need your keys or your phone or something, you're rummaging around. Well, I've been using these. Have you seen these before? I'm going to take it out of the bag now and I'm going to show you it. There we go. Okay, so let me show you this one. It's lovely. It's this beautiful grey felt colour. It's got lots of different compartments. So I've just got a couple of pens there, reading glasses, sunglasses, and you've got this space inside here. So I've just got my little pill box. I love these rainbow coloured pill boxes. If you have to take any regular medication, I think these are a godsend. I really do. And I've got that and my little reusable shopping bag in there. I've got my purse, my SPF for my face, tissues. I've got my comb in that little section there, lipstick and a face powder. I keep my hand cream down there as well, see? And then you've got this zippy pocket at the back here, which has got a nice zip on it. And I just keep, I've got some headache tablets just in there. And then at the back, you've got another section here, which is where I've been keeping my fan. Oh, need one of these, don't we, for the summer? In fact, that's not on my list, but it probably should have been a fan like this. But I think this is absolutely perfect just for carrying all those bits. And it fits perfectly in that medium-sized Longchamp le Pliage bag. And if you have more than one bag of a similar size, these are perfect as well, because you can just lift it out and just put it straight into the next bag so that you're not having to, you know, pick and choose what you want to take. And another thing that I really like about these bag organisers is that this section in the middle, let me just take these things out. So this section here in the middle, look, you've got your 3 little pockets. It comes out, it's attached on press studs. Let me just undo the press studs and show you. And it lifts out completely. So if you want, you can just have this as one big empty space if you've got, you know, larger items like a book or a water bottle or something. So absolutely love that. And that definitely helps to improve my life by keeping me organised when I'm out and about. So that's the medium size one. I do have in here the large size one as well. Let me just show you this. It's exactly the same layout, but it's just in a larger size. and I got these on Amazon. These particular ones come in 3 different sizes, and they come in a few different colours as well. This is the light grey, but I think they come in about 5 different colours, so you can choose which ones you like the best, and I think they are brilliant, and I really wouldn't want to be without them now I've got used to using them. Okay, so that's my first item. Now my second item is my hair towels that I use when I get out of the shower. So on those days when I've washed my hair and I get out of the shower, the first thing I will do before I dry my body is I will wrap my hair up in a microfiber hair turban. And I've got a couple here to show you. I've got this one, and it's this sort of shape, and it's got the loop. Got a loop there on the end, and it's got a button up at the top, and you just tip your hair forward, put this on, twist it up, and then fasten the button at the back, and it keeps your hair in place while you dry your body, while you get dressed, do your makeup, because there's nothing worse than having wet hair dangling down, is there? And because this is a lovely soft microfiber material, it doesn't cause any friction or any damage to your hair. And I mean, I'm not particularly loyal to any brand of these. This one is by Sleeky, is it? I've got some more different brands. I've got this one. I've had this for a few years now. This is an Aquis one, but they all do the same job. And you can just put it on, and you can just go around the house and just live your life for an hour or two. I mean, I've had those on for hours and hours. And then the beauty of them is when you take it off and you take your hair out of it, it's like 50-60% dry anyway, because it's so good at just soaking up the moisture from your hair without doing any damage to your hair, because your hair's at its most fragile when it's wet, you see. So we really need to be protecting our hair when it is in that fragile state, and I think they are great for doing that. And then, as I say, when I take them off, I've got less blow drying to do because they're already halfway there. So I think those hair towels are amazing. And I've been in a situation where I've been traveling and staying in hotels. If I forgot to pack one, I just haven't washed my hair, because I just can't stand using regular towels now on my head, because they always fall off, don't they? I don't know if you've tried that with hotel towels. You try to wrap your hair up in them and they just don't stay on, do they? And they're not very good for your hair either. So love those. Now, the next thing I'm going to talk to you about today is my 3 kilogram weights that I've been using for a few years. Now, I'm 47 years old, I'm nearly 48, and I've been reading up a lot about just maintaining your health basically as you get older. And one of the best things you can do for yourself, especially if you're a woman, is a little bit of weight bearing exercise. Just a little bit, nothing too much. We don't want to be Arnold Schwarzenegger, do we? We just want to sort of stay a bit toned and just keep our muscles in good shape and just stay as strong as we can for as long as we can. And I bought myself these. They're only 3 kilograms. They're not really heavy, but I find that I just keep them there by where I sit in the living room. And every day, I'll just show you, I'll have one in each hand because I've got 2. I'll just do this and I'll do this. Let me bend down so you can see me. Hello. I'll do this for about 25 times every day. And I'll do some of these where I'll lift them up to the side. Oh, they're harder. They're quite hard. I can't do 25 of those yet. Do about 10 of those. And I'll do some where I just lift them straight up. And I do some where I go behind like that as well, you know, for the bingo wings. Oh, and for the legs, I might hold them and do some squats. And that really helps with my legs. And I'm going to put that down now because it's quite heavy. Oh, right. It's not too heavy. It's good for, it gives you a good workout. And I really feel it afterwards. And I've noticed that it has sort of firmed up the skin a bit on my arms. Now, as you do get older, your skin here can go a bit crepey, can't it? And I've used the body lotions and the creams and all of that. And I guess to an extent they help, because if you're putting moisture into your skin, it is going to help and it's going to make your skin look better. But in terms of the actual muscle and how it feels, no creams are going to help with that. You have to actually exercise the muscles. And just doing a few every day. I mean, you don't even have to do it every day. If you just do 2 or 3 times a week, something is better than nothing, isn't it, where exercise is concerned? And I mean, I'd hate the idea of going to the gym. I really wouldn't like going to a gym at all. It's not my cup of tea whatsoever. So just to have a couple of these little weights at home by the settee where I sit at night, I've been doing it, and it's really helped. And it's good just to keep as strong as we can as we're getting older, isn't it? So love those. In fact, these are quite old now. I don't know if you can still get these anymore, but I've looked on Amazon and they do sell little 3 kilogram weights like this. So if you did want some, I recommend doing that, just to keep ourselves in good shape. Okay, now the next thing, this is the third thing I'm going to talk to you about now, and it is my foot cream. Because obviously it's the summertime now, isn't it? Thank goodness that heat wave's over. Oh my goodness, that was a bit much for me, that was. It has cooled down a little bit now, but obviously it's the end of June, it's going to get hot again, isn't it? And we've all got our feet out, we've got our sandals on, haven't we? And I really love the CeraVe SA Renewing Foot Cream. I think I spoke about this before in a video, but the SA ingredient here, this stands for salicylic acid, and what that does when you rub it into your feet, you know those areas where you can get hard skin, like on your heels, it helps to gently exfoliate that area just by rubbing on this cream. So what I do is I'll get into bed at night and I will rub this onto my feet when I'm in bed and just kind of dangle them over the edge a bit to let it soak in. And overnight, this stuff, I just feel it works magic on my feet overnight. It really helps to just soften them up. So I don't know if you've ever had like dry skin that has cracked. I have in the past, and it can be really uncomfortable when you're walking. This has really helped my dry skin to not crack. And if I use this like every other night, I don't get a dry skin problem anyway on my feet. So in the summertime especially, I would not be without this. It's really made a difference to my feet. So there's that. Okay, now moving on to number 5. Let's stay with the health related things because as I say, in my late 40s now, I'm probably more conscious of my health than I ever was when I was younger. I suppose you start to think around this age, don't you, that you start to notice effects of aging and certain things that we can't do anymore that we used to be able to do. So I'm really wanting to try and do all I can for my health. And so I started to take a daily vitamin. And the one that I take is for hair, skin and nails, because obviously I want to try and maintain what I've got for as long as I can. And I use the Perfectil Max. Now I started using these, the Max version I started using earlier this year because I had a nail disaster, and I have spoke about this in videos before. For some reason I decided to have acrylics on my nails towards the end of last year, and I kept going and having them done and having the infills and all of that, and it was fine. But then when I decided to have them taken off, which was in January, the process of taking them off was horrific, honestly. They use that little drill and then you have to soak them in the acetone and then they drill it again and then you soak it again. And she made me do that process about 7 or 8 times. And by the end, by the time I left the nail bar, my nails were they were the weakest and the brittlest that they'd ever been. So I just cut them really short, and I just used to put a hand cream on every day because I thought, this is awful, this has killed my nails now. I mean, they're okay, they've grown back and they're back to their sort of full strength now, but for a few months it was awful. So I bought these, and I really do think they've helped. And my hair's been in good condition as well since I've been taking these. I think my hair has grown a bit faster since I've been taking these. I did have a trim last week. I've had a few more layers put in. But yeah, I've been really happy with it. And my skin, I mean, I know with skin, it takes a good few months, doesn't it, to notice the difference. But I do think that these have helped out there as well. So I'm going to carry on taking these because I think they're doing good things. So there you go. Right, what next? Oh, I'm going to talk to you now about something else that has changed the game for me. Again, it's in terms of hair care, but this is to do with how I blow dry my hair. Now, I did this blow dry myself this morning, and I cannot blow dry my own hair without these brushes. They're huge, aren't they? Now, I never used to be able to blow dry my hair at all. I was rubbish at it. My hair would get all tangled up in the brush. My arms would ache. It was just a nightmare. So if ever I was going out and I wanted to look nice, I'd book myself in at the salon and go and just have them blow dry my hair because I just couldn't do it myself. Well, since I've had these, they're so easy to use. Now, let me show you what sizes I've got. Well, first of all, they're by Olivia Garden. Where does it say? They're by Olivia Garden anyway, and they are the ceramic and iron. There you go, you can see it written on the handle there. Ceramic and iron by Olivia Garden. This big huge one is the Speed XL, and this is the 65 size. This is classed as the extra large, okay? And this one, it's exactly the same. It's the Speed and Ion Speed XL, and this one is the 45, which is classed as extra large. So they're both classed as extra large. And what they mean by extra large is this width here, because they're massive. And that's what makes it so easy to blow dry your hair. And another thing I love about these as well is that, can you see the way the handle is moulded straight into the barrel? There's no join here. A lot of these brushes have a join here, don't they, where there's a little hole and your hair gets trapped in there. And that happened to me so many times with other brushes. I'd be blow drying my hair and my hair would actually snap off because it'd get caught in here. That doesn't happen here because it's completely smooth. And again, on the other one, you see, completely smooth. They're lovely and they're lightweight as well, so they never get heavy. And another thing here, you've got the pick, which you can put in like that for sectioning your hair. They're just fantastic brushes. And because they're ceramic as well, the heat is spread evenly across the whole barrel. You've got the air holes as well, which also helps with heat distribution. The bristles, they really do, they grab your hair and they hold your hair nicely as well, so that you just have to just smoothly pull it away like this. I think I'm going to do a hair video where I'll start off with wet hair and I'll show you exactly how I blow dry it. So you'll see me use these from start to finish. I'll film the whole thing in real time so that you can see from start to finish exactly what I do. But I couldn't do it if I didn't have these brushes. I think they're absolutely fabulous. They're brilliant. And they've changed my life in that I can now blow dry my own hair myself. And I never used to be able to do that. Oh, I've got another one here as well. This is one of their smaller ones. So if you have shorter hair, they do, let me just compare it. So this is the long barrel length. They do a shorter barrel length as well. So if you have longer hair, you can use these. If you have really long hair, the big fat one is amazing. I like to blow dry mine with a little bit of a wave on the end, so I'd use the smaller one. If I wanted a straighter look, I'd use the big fat one. If you say you just want to do a fringe, or if you have shorter hair, you'd use one like this. But they're all Olivia Garden, they're all fabulous. They've lasted for years. I mean, I've had them, how long have I had them? About 4 years, I think. And they're still going strong. They're just fabulous. Love them. There we go. Right, where are we now? So the next thing I'm going to talk to you about, something that I really wouldn't want to live without because it just makes me happy, and that is fragrance. I love a nice fragrance. It can be comforting. It can be quite exhilarating if you get a nice fruity, zesty one. It can be calming at night as well, just before bed. But the ones that I've been using in the summertime that I've been loving the most, I think I've spoken about both of these before, but it's these two. So we've got Clinique Happy, and we've got the Clarins Eau de Jardin, and this is one of their treatment fragrances that Clarins do. I think they do about 4 or 5 of them, don't they, different fragrances. But oh, it's just so fresh and clean smelling. It's a bit floral, it's a bit fruity. I've just absolutely been absolutely loving that. And as I say, it affects my mood. It's kind of like the effect that aromatherapy has on us, you know, it really does affect our moods, doesn't it? And Clinique Happy, classic. If you're around my age, I'm sure at some point in your life you've had a bottle of this, haven't you? Or if not, you certainly will have smelt it on other people. Again, it's a fruity floral, very, very fresh. Absolutely been loving it. And there's other fragrances that I like to wear in the winter as well that are a lot warmer, maybe a bit spicier as well. So a good fragrance is something that I really wouldn't want to live without. Now, the next thing that I think improves my life is books. I've always been a big reader. I really have. There's nothing I enjoy more than to just snuggle up in an armchair with a good book. In the summer, I like to go outside, sit on a bench and read. And in the winter, I just like to snuggle up with a hot chocolate and get into a good book. I've always absolutely loved reading. And the one that I've got on the go at the moment is by Elizabeth Gilbert. It's called Big Magic. Now, I don't know if you're familiar with Elizabeth Gilbert. Her most famous book was called Eat, Pray, Love. And you might well have heard of that one because it was a massive hit. It was actually turned into a film with Julia Roberts. I did see the film and it was okay, but the book was fantastic. If you've seen the film and you just thought, I really would urge you to read the book because it's a lot better than the film. It's often the case, isn't it? But this one, Big Magic, this is, it's non-fiction. She's talking about sort of creative people really and the struggles that they can have, and she is so inspirational. She talks about her own experiences, she talks about experiences of other people around her, and although this book is aimed at creative people, so whether you're somebody who likes to paint or draw, maybe you're a writer, maybe you are a musician or a singer, or you just like to create things, maybe you do pottery or something, I would highly urge you to read this book, because we all go through stages, don't we, where we just struggling to get the creativity going. And, you know, even if you're not a creative person, I think this is still a really, really good inspirational book to read. And another book of hers that is fiction again, it's this one called City of Girls. Now, I know that I love her as an author. I loved Eat, Pray, Love. I'm really, really enjoying Big Magic. So I bought this one to read next. I've not started this one yet, but I've seen some really, really good reviews on it. So looking forward to getting stuck into that one. So what do you think? Have you read any of Elizabeth Gilbert's book? Have you seen her talking? I know she's on YouTube quite a bit, isn't she? I've seen people interview her and talk to her about her books, and I just think she's such a lovely warm person to listen to. Yeah, I just find her really inspirational. Her and Brené Brown as well. I like listening to her too. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to talk about again is hair related. Hair is a big thing in my life at the moment, it would seem, but I don't wash it every day. I'll wash it about 2 or 3 times a week. And in those in-between days when I'm not washing it, I like to use a dry shampoo. And the 2 that I've got on the go at the moment are these 2. Now, you probably will know about this one, the Living Proof Perfect Hair Day Dry Shampoo. I've got the small size of this because I like to use it for travel. And another one is this Futura Naturia Invisible Dry Shampoo. Now, out of the 2 of them, I actually prefer this one. Now, a lot of people rave about this, don't they? And they love it. And Living Proof is obviously a great brand. But I don't know, I just find this one a little bit itchy on my scalp. Now, I don't know if that's just me. Maybe I'm a little bit allergic to an ingredient in this or something. I don't know, I just find it a bit itchy. But this one, I absolutely get on really, really well with this, and it doesn't leave any sort of uncomfortable, sticky, heavy feeling. It really soaks up any oil. It makes my hair feel clean. I love it. Now, I hadn't seen this in any of the shops. I actually bought this in France last month when I was over there on a trip, and I'd forgot to take any dry shampoo. So I just ran into a local pharmacy. I was like, what have you got? Dry shampoo? And the lady pointed me to this, and I bought it and I used it, and I thought, this is the best one I've ever used. What am I going to do? I don't think they sell it back home in England, and I'm not going to France every time I've run out just to buy another bottle of this. But we can buy it. They do have it on Amazon, I checked, so that's okay. But I absolutely love this. So a dry shampoo is another essential item for me, because we don't want to be washing our hair every day, do we? Who can be bothered with that? Okay, now the last thing, am I on to the last thing? I think I am, aren't I? The last thing I'm going to talk to you about is the most unglamorous, unsexy thing of all of them, and it's my deodorant. Yeah, I know. You're glad you stayed to the end now, aren't you? Well, the deodorant that I love the most is good old Mitchum, and it's this roll-on, the Pure Fresh version with the yellow label. Absolutely love it. I've tried the natural ones. I've tried, what's it called? Is it Wild or something in the little aluminium tin? They don't work on me, and I don't know if it's because I'm a particularly sweaty person. Don't think I am. I don't know. Maybe I am. But this one is the only one that really does work on me, and obviously it's summer now, so I can't be without this. Absolutely love it. And it has to be the roll-on as well. I don't like the aerosol can. I only like this one. So there you go. They are my top 10 things that make my life easier, happier, more efficient. I just love them all. Now, I will link them below in case you're interested. Don't buy anything if you don't need it. Obviously, I'm not here to encourage you to be buying more things. But if you are on the lookout for any of these items, these are just ones that I would recommend to you. I'd recommend these to my friends and family. In fact, I have recommended them to people I know. I've used them for a good while now, and they are staples, you know, things that I can really rely on. So there we are. Thank you for listening. Thank you so much. And let me know, what are your essential items? What are things that you really wouldn't want to live without? And I look forward to reading all about it in the comments. Okay, I will see you next time. Bye.